Take a slow breath in and let it go gently. You don't need to do anything right now. You don't need to solve anything. This is just a quiet place where your mind can rest. Tonight, I want to tell you a story that doesn't rush anywhere. A story that moves the way sleep moves, slowly, naturally. There was once a small town that most people passed without noticing. It didn't have bright lights or loud streets, no tall buildings, no hurry. The town sat quietly between low hills, surrounded by trees that had learned the art of standing still. Even the wind passed through gently, as if it didn't want to disturb anyone. At the edge of this town stood a modest house with warm yellow windows. Inside lived a person who had learned something important about nights. Every evening, just before the sky fully darkened, they followed the same gentle routine. They closed the windows slowly, not because it was cold, but because the day was done. They turned off the brighter lights first, leaving only a soft lamp glowing in the corner of the room. The room didn't need to be perfect. It didn't need to be clean or impressive. It only needed to feel safe. And tonight, it does. Outside, the sky softened into deep shades of blue. Stars appeared one by one, unhurried. Inside, the person sat down in a comfortable chair. They didn't check the time. They didn't check messages. There was nothing urgent waiting. Their body understood something their mind had almost forgotten, that it was allowed to slow down. Their shoulders dropped. Their breathing deepened. And as they sat there, they began to think about how many days are spent holding things together, holding schedules, holding conversations, holding emotions that never quite find words. But night asks nothing from you. Night doesn't expect explanations. It doesn't need effort. Night simply invites you to rest. The person stood and walked slowly toward the bedroom. Each step was quiet, intentional, unrushed. The bed was simple. Soft sheets, a familiar pillow. They lay down and felt the weight of their body meet the mattress. That gentle moment when gravity takes over, when you don't have to hold yourself up anymore. Their thoughts still wandered at first. Small memories, unfinished conversations, moments from the day that tried to replay themselves. But instead of pushing them away, the person let them pass, like clouds drifting across a wide sky. No need to follow them, no need to stop them, just letting them move on. Somewhere outside, a breeze brushed against the trees. Leaves whispered softly, not in words, but in rhythm. The kind of sound that doesn't demand attention. It simply exists. The person listened without listening. Their breathing slowed again, in and out. Each breath carried a little less tension. The muscles in their face softened. Their jaw unclenched. Their hands relaxed. Even their thoughts began to grow quieter, as if the mind itself was lying down. In this town, people believed something simple, that sleep is not something you chase, it's something you allow. You don't force your eyes to close. You don't command your mind to be silent. You create the space, and sleep arrives on its own, like a gentle guest who only comes when they feel welcome. The person remembered nights when sleep felt far away, when the mind raced, when worries felt louder in the dark. But tonight was different. Tonight, nothing needed fixing. Nothing needed deciding. Tomorrow could wait. Right now, there was only this quiet moment, and it was enough. Their breathing became slow and steady. The rise and fall of the chest felt soothing, predictable, safe. Thoughts appeared less often now. When they did, they were softer, less urgent, like distant echoes rather than sharp sounds. The edges of awareness began to blur. The room felt warmer, heavier, comfort wrapped around them without effort. Outside, the town slept. Lights dimmed one by one, windows darkened, even the streets seemed to rest. Time moved differently here at night. Minutes stretched gently, moments melted into each other. There was no rush to reach morning. The person drifted somewhere between waking and dreaming, a place where images form slowly, a quiet path through trees, a calm lake reflecting the sky, soft footsteps on familiar ground. Nothing dramatic happened there. Nothing needed to. Peace doesn't need a story. It simply exists. If you're listening now, your body may feel heavier. That's okay. Your thoughts may feel distant. That's okay too. You don't need to hold on to my words. You don't need to remember this story. Let it fade as you rest, like a voice growing quieter in another room. The person in the small house slept, deeply, naturally. Not because they tried, but because they allowed themselves to stop. And you can too. There is nothing you need to do now. Just breathe and rest. Sleep will come right on time. Good night,